I very rarely show clips from the Fox News channel here as part of our own news coverage, but this is some important news from the Fox News channel today.
The Atlantic magazine claiming President Trump called America's fallen service members suckers and losers. The president denying that report vehemently. Top Pentagon officials are weighing in. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more on that. Jennifer.
John, I've spoken with two senior U.S. officials who were on the trip to France who confirmed to me key details in the Atlantic article and the quotes attributed to the president. My source, a former Trump administration official, told me when the president spoke about the Vietnam War, he said it was a stupid war. Anyone who went was a sucker. The president would say about American veterans, what's in it for them? They don't make any money. The source said it was a character flaw of the president. He could not understand why someone would die for their country. Not worth it. When asked if the president could have driven to the Aisne-Marne cemetery, this former official said confidently that there was not a security reason not to drive to the cemetery, which was about 40 miles from Paris. Quote, the president drives a lot. The other world leaders drove to the cemeteries. He just didn't want to go. Regarding the president's July 4th military parade planning, during a planning session at the White House after seeing the Bastille Day parade in 2017, President Trump said regarding the inclusion of wounded guys, quote, that's not a good look. Americans don't like that.
That's not a good look. Americans don't like that. To be clear, this is the Fox News Channel's national security correspondent confirming the worst of this new reporting over the past 24 hours about the president's repeated denigration and scorn for Americans who serve in our military. And specifically, the allegation that he's expressed disgust and revulsion for wounded veterans and that he doesn't like to see them and he doesn't want them seen in public. Quote, that's not a good look. He's reported to have said. Jeffrey Goldberg was the reporter at The Atlantic magazine who first published these comments from the president last night in a piece that cited multiple sources directly familiar with the president's remarks. And the White House initially seems to have thought they could brush this off with their usual bluster and saying it's all lies, it's all lies. But within less than 2 hours of the Atlantic publishing Jeffrey Goldberg's piece, AP investigative reporter and U.S. Marine Corps veteran James Laporta was able to confirm for the Associated Press the entirety of the Atlantic story. And as he told us last night, he was able to confirm that with senior DOD sources from the U.S. Marine Corps. Beyond the confirmation from the Associated Press, by late last night, the Washington Post has also confirmed the main points of the story. And then later yet, the New York Times today confirmed the main points of the story, each of those entities adding their own further detail to this very granular reporting, again, with multiple sources. And so what the White House woke up to today, along with its newly public plans to kill off the historic century-old GI's newspaper in this country for no reason, was reporting, confirmed by multiple sources, that the president has repeatedly called American service members who've been killed or captured losers and suckers, that the president has asked his staff to not include wounded veterans in military parades and events because he doesn't like to see people with injuries or amputations, and he thinks other Americans don't either. That when he canceled a World War I centennial visit to an American veteran cemetery in France, the president reportedly told advisors, why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers. In a separate conversation in the same trip, the president said that the 1,800 U.S. Marines who lost their lives at Belleau Wood were suckers because they got killed at Belleau Wood fighting for their country. The White House today woke up to this news that the president is now reported and confirmed by multiple sources to have derided not only John McCain and his service as a prisoner of war, but also former President George H.W. Bush, calling him a loser for having been shot down in combat in World War II. The president and the White House contending with news today, confirmed from multiple sources, that on Memorial Day 2017, his first year in office, he stood at the grave of the son of John Kelly, who was killed in combat in Afghanistan at age 29. The president said to him at the graveside, quote, I don't get it. What was in it for them? And that particular anecdote about President Trump insulting General Kelly's dead son at his grave on Memorial Day, that reporting, first advanced by The Atlantic last night, has now specifically been confirmed by both the Associated Press and the Washington Post. The Post also adding that the president, quote, frequently made disparaging comments about veterans and soldiers who were missing in action, referring to them at times as losers. The Post reporting that the president, quote, told advisors he didn't understand why the U.S. government placed such value on finding soldiers who were missing in action, because they had performed poorly and gotten caught and deserved what they got. The Times adding confirmation from multiple sources that the president, quote, long scorned those who served in Vietnam as being too dumb to have gotten out of it. And now, of course, tonight there's Fox News itself adding the detail, the quote, that the president specifically said he did not want, quote, wounded guys in any military parade because, quote, that's not a good look. Americans don't like that. I don't know who is going to contest it if I just assert right here that that is not generally true about Americans. But it is apparently true about the president. He finds U.S. service members to be stupid for serving, losers, suckers. They deserve what they get. They don't deserve to be thought of as heroes. They don't even deserve to be looked for when they've been captured. He doesn't want to be around them, especially if they shed blood for this country. He finds them and their injuries disgusting. He doesn't want to see it.